Sometimes I feel like we have these epiphanies, which are basically just feelings about life, our experience of life, of whatever is happening inside of us and outside of us. And these feelings, they feel like a momentary enlightenment, like a glimpse of truth in a world of illusion. And then afterwards comes the mind attempting to put words to this feeling of truth. And it's not always able to. But because the feeling was so strong, we still think that our thoughts have merit. And then when we try to express it to another human being, we realize that maybe we haven't really studied the feeling in depth long enough to be able to express what it means. The ability to articulate those glimpses of enlightenment, of truth in your experience. It requires a practice of study and excavation. You can't just expect your thoughts and your words to be able to contain that experience. It's actually quite the process. And sometimes it can be quite frustrating to come face to face with the fact that you are not as deep as you think you are. That you've only just had an experience, but you have yet to study it and fully understand what it means. And if we have such a letdown, a disappointment that we are not able to express and convince the world of what we felt, it's easy to overlook the fact that this is a lack of practice, a lack of study, not an indication that we in some way are not clever enough to articulate a truth, or that the truth was not there. We just haven't sat with it long enough, either out of a lack of willingness, or perhaps just ignorance. Not knowing that the aftermath, the words, the meaning making, the thoughts, they're not the experience. They're simply a painting attempting to capture the light, the beauty. And that takes practice. And humility, how do you say, humility? Like it takes a distancing of yourself from yourself as the experiencer, as the interpreter of an experience, knowing that you are caught up in your own BS. But just because you're caught up in your own BS doesn't mean that you can't have profound experiences. It just means you have to sit with them long enough to fully grasp what they're really about. I don't know if this makes any sense to you.